This is the most important thing you should do when healing your gut. It's not diet, it's not fixing your gut microbiome, and it's not avoiding toxins and doing detox protocols. All these things might help, but this thing right here is causing the majority of your symptoms, whether it's IBS, Crohn's, colitis, leaky gut, candida, diverticulitis. So what this is stress. And now this isn't a full description of what you need to do to get better. So, because when I tell you stress, automatically you're going to think, I need to not get stressed out anymore. If I get stressed out, my gut's going to go into overdrive. That's sometimes true, but there's something actually more going on. So your gut issues started after a traumatic event, a conflict shock. So let's say you had this big event, you know, the girlfriend breaks up with you, breakup. Now, some people will stop and they'll say, oh, it's my girlfriend stress that is causing my symptoms. No, what caused it was a shocking moment. So maybe it was when you saw her texting your best friend, behind your back. You know, maybe what was the shocking moment in that relationship that put your gut into overdrive? Now, during that emotional event, that traumatic event, your brain, it's like getting hit by a bolt of lightning, and it goes into this state of hyper awareness where it starts to pick up what I call, or what we can call, PTSD triggers. So let's say, you know, you guys are sitting in bed one day and you look over at her phone and she's texting some other guy. So what are some things that can be a potential PTSD trigger? How about every time you are in bed? The bed's a PTSD trigger. Maybe it's nighttime. So maybe only at nighttime you have to go to the bedroom, you have to go to the bathroom, but not in the morning. Maybe it's every time you see, you know, your girlfriend use her phone. Maybe it's every time you see your girlfriend get a text message. Only you can know this absurd, ridiculous connection. I'm always surprised by the connection that people see. And this isn't something that you can just sit down and think and try to remember what these PTSD triggers was. Maybe it's when you smell perfume. It could literally be anything. It could be, you could hear something, like maybe you hear the text ping. And when you experience these things, you might not even feel a negative emotion. So what we need to do to find these things is you need to live your life. And when you get, for example, diarrhea, try to figure out what exactly happened. And let's say for this person, it was nighttime and they jumped into bed. And then they had the urge to go to the bathroom. Wow. Oh, I can see how that's connected. Because when my girlfriend was texting this other guy, I jumped into bed. I surprised her. She didn't realize. So I got into bed and then, she couldn't change the screen fast enough and I saw it. So now every time I jump into bed, my brain thinks that, we're going to see some nasty crap that I want to get rid of, but I can't. And it puts the colon into overdrive. And just seeing that connection will break the pattern in the brain of you getting diarrhea every time you jump into bed. And now you might have, I had lots of these, 10, 20, because I had it since childhood, but a lot of you only have 5 of these PTSD triggers that you need to find. The therapy that you need to do, you don't need to go to Mount Fuji and go learn from a Shaolin monk, how to never be stressed out ever again. What you need to do is find the conflict shock and find these PTSD triggers. I have a free webinar that goes over this in more detail, and the ultimate tool to do this is my 13-day protocol on my website. But like, your brain power needs to be invested into this and not all this stuff, because this is the root cause. Your body is controlled by your brain, and it's 99% of that is a subconscious process. Invest your energy here. And many of the times, just finding it will stop the symptoms, and you don't even actively have to, try to resolve the stress, like getting better with girls or finding a new girlfriend or something like that. It's just start with finding.